Welcome to Blue Talks.
Good morning, everyone. What a huge honor to be here today at UCLA to speak and to share from my heart with you. I am a firm believer in empowering others to turn their passion into purpose. Now, when I am working with my clients, whether it be in their personal or professional life, we use different strategies to walk them through their steps. Now, I'm not going to get into all of that today, but what I am going to share with you is a little bit about the importance of trusting, of having faith, and turning that to a belief of who you are today and where you are walking tomorrow. So in that, I want to share with you a little bit about my story and my journey. A lot of times I get interviewed about how I created this success in different businesses that I have started. Now, I will share with you, I actually only started these big steps into the entrepreneurial world when I was 45 years old. So we're going back 4 years ago now. My life for 26 years was in the dental hygiene career. So how did I get to opening multiple businesses, to becoming a certified life coach and business coach, and to being a motivational speaker? Well, I will tell you that it started with the crushing of metal, the breaking of glass when I was 25 years old. It was a divine intervention for me. You see, entrepreneurship actually started when I was 5 years old, and I did not know that. What I did know was when that car accident happened when I was 25 years old, it was time for me to go and revisit my younger years. Is there anyone in this room who has not dealt with trauma in their lives? No. The thing is that we all have different forms of trauma. We either decide that we want to go and heal that trauma, or that we keep tossing it or burying it down. Now, I will tell you that I buried it down for many years. So when that car accident happened and I was in that 4-car pileup, I had to stop working and I had to take a real close look at my life. You see, because I spent most of my teen years drowning myself with drinking, drugs, and finding love in the wrong places. And that's because I had trauma from 5 years old to 11 years old. There was abuse that was going on directed to me. And as a child, you don't really know how to use your voice. And I just kept burying it. And in my teen years, I kept thinking, maybe I just made that all up. Maybe that did not happen. And when that accident happened, it was a revisiting. So it was visits to the psychologist, digging in deeper. And the thing was that when I was in these appointments, which I thought were for my car accident and healing through that accident and trauma, I was really going there to heal my younger self. And I will tell you this, because of my faith and because of my belief and trust, I knew what happened in those years were very purposeful. And that sounds weird to a lot of people. But the thing is that when I was 25, I got the opportunity to confront my abuser, which most people never get that opportunity. It's very rare. For me, it was a gift and a blessing. And I'll tell you why, is that when I called that person and I took them with me on a walk to ask them, hey, what happened? In that moment, in their eyes, I saw love, sadness, shame. And I learned in that conversation that they too were being abused. So that day, through our conversations, through forgiveness, and through trust, faith, and love, there was an end to generational trauma and abuse, which was incredible. And I actually think about that day and it brings a smile to my face because I knew we were the catalyst for change and growth. So, fast forward into my career and kind of creating a lot of certainty in my life. I mentioned to you earlier that I was 5 when I started working and becoming an entrepreneur. My mom was a single mom raising 3 of us kids. I was the youngest, 2 older brothers. And every weekend we would go to the farm and we would pick our little hearts out. And I made sure that I always beat my brothers in how much money I made that day and how much I picked. And we were contributing to our household. Now, in that and understanding the importance of creating stability, contributing to family, being of service, it really set a lot of foundational steps for me in the workforce as a dental hygienist. So for 26 years, I helped people. I did empower them in different ways to be proactive for their health, but I always felt so stuck in this career. And I'm sure you felt this in your own life, that you were meant for so much more. And I remember when impact hit, when I was 39 years old, and the family that I had fallen apart, I remember looking up and saying, okay, you have removed this from my life, this marriage and this family unit. And I know and I trust and I believe that this was purposeful. I am ready to do your work. See, the thing is I always knew I was meant to be of service. I was put on this earth to be of contribution. The thing is not to be of contribution alone, to rally the exceptional humans who also want to be of contribution to create that beautiful ripple effect into the world. And I remember being so anxious of, okay, I'm ready. You've removed this. What can we do now? Show me the way. I wasn't ready yet. You see, I had a lot of growth and healing to do still. The loss of a marriage, even though I didn't want that marriage, it was still a loss of the family unit. And then I realized I needed to dive deeper. So I enrolled myself into a lot of personal growth. I took yoga teachers training, which you literally learn who you are from the inside out. And taking continuous growth courses for leadership development and how to really show up as an exceptional human on this earth. So that journey went on for a few years. I will say that I did a personal growth in my earlier years, but nothing that really dove as deep. And the thing is I wasn't the same person I was 10 or even 20 years ago. So this work became more purposeful for me. And a few years later, I got to meet my now husband, who opened my eyes not only to unconditional love and that I am worthy and deserving of these things, but also to entrepreneurship in a way that was so gratifying. You see, he created almost a 30-year career in the hospitality industry. And when I came into his life, I will tell you that I was very hesitant to work alongside him. I was ready to leave my dental hygiene career because it was taxing my body out. But there was a fear that in some way it would interrupt our relationship, our growth. I did not trust. I had to be vulnerable. I had to let go of my past experiences so that I could enjoy right now and that I could grow into the future and create incredible, exceptional things. And I believe that. So I finally took the armor off and I held his hand, and we did create and still do create amazing things together. And the thing is in the restaurant industry, I kind of took over the event sector. But what I really learned that it was a platform for giving back. And that's when philanthropy really kind of made its entrance into my life of like, hey, we get to create these amazing experiences for human beings, and we get to be of contribution to our community. I'm not here to play small, and I don't believe anyone in here is either. We are meant to play big. And yes, there is risk involved. And we have been filled over the years with many antidotes of you can do this, but you can't do that. You should do this, but you shouldn't do that. And that's all nonsense. The thing is what you feel right here, your heart. I'm not saying don't think about things and don't analyze them. That is there. That intuition is there for a reason. And it's so you can catapult forward. So, philanthropy is such a gift. And the thing is that in life, we don't need to do things alone. And I mentioned that earlier. So as the years started going forward, and we all know what happened in 2020, our world changed and I changed. And so did each and every person in this room. And I saw it as an opportunity to be the best me, to forget about what other people thought of me, and to stand in my power and do what I believed in. Now, I will tell you, in 2020, I opened an online business. It flourished. It thrived immediately. I was able to retire from dental hygiene. We turned the restaurants into grocery stores, created ghost kitchens. We were unstoppable because we decided, and you get to decide. And as the years went on, the opportunities kept coming for different businesses to be of purpose in different ways. And I trusted these callings of what it was being put in front of me was purposeful. In 2022, I found myself at a big women's empowerment event. And I remember sitting there beside my business partner, looking at her, hearing these incredible stories of resilience. And some of them were really relatable. And I said to her, I'm going to go and do this. I'm going to bring this to my community. And I went home that night and I said to my husband, here is what I'm doing. I am here to empower women, humans essentially. I believe in that. But this was a new vehicle for me, a vehicle to create a space for women to be seen and heard, to come together to collaborate. See, there's no competition. And if you believe there is, then I'm here to tell you that it's not necessary. We can work together for a better today, for a better tomorrow. And so now I have watched women in many communities, because of this work, to lock arms and to raise thousands of dollars for different nonprofits in our community. This was never about me. This was about us and what we can do and how we can do it and how we can create the ripple effect in this world. So I ask you this today. If you are sitting here and considering, what is next in my life? What am I meant for? What is my passion? What is my purpose? And you're questioning yourself, thinking you can't do it. You can, because you deserve to stand in your passion and your purpose. Thank you.